Well, hello everyone. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of ArtFoamies and Rubber Moon, and me, KP, and I'm here for ArtFoamy Fun Friday at 5. So, I know, it's just always funny. I don't know why I laugh. I mean, probably I laugh a little because I'm nervous. I always am nervous. I'm never not nervous when I go live, I mean. Not just on a daily, but so it's probably a little bit of both, but also just saying Art Foamy Fun Friday at 5 is pretty fun. Anyway, so thanks for joining me and being part of my Friday evening. I'm so excited because tonight we get to share with you Red Tin Roof's new, well, some are new and some are, well, I don't want to say old because they're not old, but they're some of her designs that we're bringing back. And some specifically that she asked for that were really good sellers and that other people have requested. So I hope that you all know Alana DeFortier. She is a wonderful designer and she goes by Red Tin Roof. And I think if you joined me last week, then we it sort of got put off because we shipped her art foamies to Canada and then they were returned to us. So I wanted to wait until she got them, but I don't even know honestly if she got them yet. I think she did not because mail is taking so long, but she said, go ahead, let's launch them. So I was very excited about that because I have, it's been sort of fun because I actually have had her stamps a little bit longer now, so I was able to make some more samples to share with all of you. So I'm really excited again to be showing you Red Tin Roof's designs. Again, some new and some that we're just bringing back. So let me just stop for a second. I got a little bit ahead of myself because I want to say hello to well, I don't want to say hello to everyone and take up all your time, but I just like to acknowledge that you're here. So let me say hi to Phyllis, Jen, Laura Inky Fingers, Alba, nice to see you, and Janice, Cecilia, Mary Lynn, Deb, and Jana and Donna. Oh, yay. Did you get all moved? Now you can order some more art foamies, right? Is your studio already in your creative space all ready to go? I hope so. All right. Let's see. I don't know if I'm missing anyone. I hope not. But as you know, I welcome everybody and I'm always super excited and happy to see you. Avanel, hello. We have Red Tin Roof tonight, right? Jack and Dana are here. Welcome. All right. So I'm kind of waiting for Alana because she said she was going to be here. Oh, yeah, we know it's not Dan. Dan and Jack, that would be a change. But Jack, it's nice to have you back because we've missed you during Morning Heart. Yay! Red Tin Roof is in the house. So I'm so excited. Welcome, Alana. It's nice to see you. Thanks for jumping on here with us. Ronnie Lee, yay! And Joanne. All right, it looks like pretty much the gang's all here. So without further ado, I'm going to be bringing out Red Tin Roof's re-releases and some new ones too. And you have to forgive me because you know that I always forget the names. So I'm going to stop right now. Mr. Moon just brought me my iPad. So I'm going to get on the website so that I can look up the names and not be a complete dolt like I usually am. So let's see. All right. Oh my goodness, we have a lot to share, okay? And some of these I just have stamped out, and some of them I have some really, well, I don't want to say some really nice samples. I think they're pretty nice. And then, of course, I hope that you will follow Alana, follow Red Tin Roof, and, oh, thank you, honey. You can put that here. You can follow Red Tin Roof, and I know that she will be sharing and posting some things along the way as well. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to now set up my iPad. All right. Thanks, honey. Okay. So I'm going to just pull out, I have a lot, so I was really trying to be super organized, but as you can see, I'm still me. All right. Oh, yeah. So I hope that everything looks nice and bright and crisp. I have a new camera set up and I hope I sound wonderful because I also have a new, what is it? Oh, microphone. So woohoo, getting all pro over here. Estrella, nice to see you. All right, so I guess I'm going to start pulling out some of the images. And there's just so many. Hold on, I got to move some out of the way here. I'm sorry. All right. So again, some of these, and I'm going to save some of the samples for last. So let me move these out of the way. Some of them I just have stamped out. So in watercolor, you know, I love to watercolor my stamps, my ArtFoamies, and of course I will be doing a little demo also, but I just want to start showing you the imagery. So we have the, oh my gosh, some of them aren't showing up on the first page. So what is happening here? Let's see. I should have set this up, I guess, first. I thought all the new things were right on the front page, but of course they're not. Okay, well, we have an ivy leaves. Okay, and these are nice, beautiful, chunky, large ivy leaves. And then we have all of our flowers, which was one reason why I actually wanted to pull up all the flowers and have them show up first. But of course, I guess they're in alphabetical order, and I don't know all my flowers, so I'm just going to have to hope for the best. We have a daffodil here, and we have a tulip. And they're just such a nice, beautiful size. Oh my gosh. You can buy one flower or buy them all and do a mixed bouquet. These will work great for a greeting card or an art journal, or even if you, I don't know how many of you have had a chance to see that I stamped my walls in my bedroom recently. I really feel like these are even large enough, especially like the ivy leaf that you could use them in home decor. So we have a lot of flowers, and again, I'm not the best at knowing all my flowers, so I am trying to kind of go along here. Okay, just ignore me for a second. I'm struggling. Springtime festival. Well, I'm just going to pull them out. We got some roses, and you can see this is the same rose, and I just stamped it in 4 different colorways, and then also did a little bit of texture in this one, so you can really see how you can change that up. And again, a really beautiful size. I mean, roses sometimes, especially in stamps, I think everybody has some kind of rose stamp in their collection, but this is just, it's really beautiful, and it's a great size. And of course, well, it goes with all the other flowers, but you know, you can see how you can change it up just by changing the colorways. And then here, I guess that's the same, is that the same daffodil? Yep, it is. All right, so let me pull this one out. Oh, and over here, we got some carnations. And I have some more samples of the carnations as well. We have a succulent set, which is a little bit separate, but it's okay. It's on this paper here in a small size. And look how beautifully that watercolors. I mean, you can barely tell it's really stamped when you watercolor it this way. You can really, you know, make it your own. Again, changing the color, the colorways on it, and leaving some of your white space really helps brighten it up. And we do have this in 2 sizes. I don't have the large one stamped out, but I'm going to pull it out here just so you can see it. Again, nice and large, great for larger journals. Again, if you wanted to stamp on a wall. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to pull out my other sample just so that you can see this beautiful size of this pot. Okay, because I used the pot in this watercolor painting. And again, I really feel, and I'm sorry, I'm up a little bit high, but you can see how beautifully you can watercolor this, and it goes with all of the other flowers. So you don't have to keep it with just the succulent set. That would go for either size of planter. And here again, I know I showed you that other kind of horrible sample with the carnation just stamped on there. But you can see here, I just used the carnation flower and the succulent pot and did this really nice watercolor painting on a piece of aqua board. It was super simple and just a really fun project, especially if you want to explore with your watercolors without having so much sort of anxiety sometimes over your imagery, Yes, and these pots, I'm just telling you, are so versatile and just really, really nice. So you have them in 2 sizes, and again with the succulents, okay? So, all right, we got those and the carnation. We just have so many. It was super fun going through all these with you, Alana, because she was like, first we just did the flowers, and then she wrote back and she said, oh, can you do this one and do this one? And you have to keep in mind that many of these I have not seen myself before, because I think most of you know that whenever I, took over ArtFoamies, there was many images lost and I could never see them all. So for me, many of these are like brand new. Hi, right? All right, and so now we have the Wellies set. Oh my gosh, if you want to fall in love, and isn't this perfect timing for this set? You got your galoshes, okay, with the polka dots, which you can play and turn into flowers, or depending on how you painted them. If you painted them blue, you could make them into like raindrops. And then you have the watering can, again, super nice sizes, and you have this umbrella, and she brilliantly, Alana is just such a red tin roof, and I is such a great designer. She designed it with the umbrella handle to come off, okay? So you can either do it with the umbrella handle, or you can actually fit these flowers right coming out. They also come out of the boot and also out of the planter. And here they are here, stamped out. So super fun again, and especially if you are wanting to do some April shower stuff, right? Okay, so now since this is sort of whimsically cute, we'll move on over to these, which I find absolutely just super adorable. I don't know why these are so appealing to me. I mean, they're simple and they're fish. I'm not usually a big fish person, but there's just something about them that makes me smile. And I can just see so many cute, fun things done with these fish. Just saying, like, best fishes, or fishing you lots of happiness, or just, I don't know, stamping them in rainbow. But you can see here the really fun variations that I got, excuse me, just by painting watercolor right on the surface and stamping them. And yeah, having fun with them, going different ways. You could even just use their little heads or tails as borders. So I love the little sardine set. And I know if Puffer's here, yes. And you know what? It's so funny. Puffer said the sardines need a can. And I was kind of thinking the same thing, because years ago, actually, one of my very first watercolor paintings when I was when I went back to college, which, well, it wasn't that long ago, but 10 years now, I painted a can of sardines. It was rather large, and the little heads were just poking out of like a can that was rolled back. So I thought, oh my gosh, that would be so cute too, to just have them peeking up out of a can that, you know, has that little twisty thing rolling down. So oh, Puffer, yes, I love you, but I don't normally like fish imagery that much. I mean, I don't know. It's just, sometimes it is appealing to me. I think I just like the whimsicalness. Is that a word? The whimsy of this. Excuse me. All right. So we were talking a little bit ago about April showers. And she also has this cute and adorable, and of course now I can't actually find the stamp, but it is a kite, which, here it is. So I do have it done 2 ways. I have it done in acrylic here on this little cradled board. And I don't know, I was going to stamp out "Let's go fly a kite," but I sort of thought I could leave it ambiguous because I felt like "let's go" and you see the kite, you don't really need all the other words. But I don't know. Maybe I'll still add "fly a kite." I don't know. Anyway, and then this one's done in watercolor. Similar color pattern, obviously, but you can see the stamp here. Again, nice big size for art journaling, but yet it would fit on like one of the long skinny cards. So yeah, super fun. Where am I? Okay, so we have still a couple patterny things that are really, really fun. And I don't know, and I skipped some of the flowers, so I got to go back to flowers. This not having it on the iPad all on the first page is really throwing me off. So I want to go back to page 1 here and tell you the names of these: Sunrise, Border, and Tile. So this is absolutely gorgeous. I just want Alana to know, Mr. Moon, my husband was like, "These stamps are so cool." So he really, really likes these a lot. And I, of course, love them too, because I see moons moons and a sun, which, yeah, makes sense. Well, it should be sunrise, sunset. I don't know. Or sun and moonrise. But here's the border. Okay, and then here you have the tile. Pretty nice, right? Yeah. We got a lot of hearts on that one, so including from Mr. Moon, I think. All right, we also have here, and this is another one. My husband really, really loves this stamp. This one's called Paisley Heart, but it's so funny. And I'm going to pull this out again. I did use it here in my Morning Heart journal, which is sort of turning out to be a lot of Frida things, but I really thought, or, sort of Mexican folk art. It's kind of turning out that way throughout the month. But I had demoed this stamp, and I had it already painted up, and it really went, I thought, with the whole, and don't look at this isn't done. But anyway, I thought it really went nicely, so it wouldn't fit in my envelope, so I just cut it, and obviously you can see what I did. But anyway, so beautiful stamp, love it. But I will tell you, Mr. Moon said, "I see a lion. I see a lion's face." And do you all see that too? Actually, when he said that, I said, "Well, I sort of see a dog." So I can see the nose and the sad eyes and maybe his little chin here. So my goodness, I mean, there's just so many possibilities with this to paint it and do some mixed media and sort of turn it into what you see. Of course, so many different ways that you can alter your art, your imagery, which is half the fun, I think, is finding other ways to utilize your images. Again, and I know I've reminded you this many times, but don't forget that you can use the back of your stamps. This has been watercolored with red. And I don't know, I'm just going to go in with a little yellow. It's probably not the most beautiful color, yellow. I just want something that's going to really show up a little bit of a transparent yellow. I don't even know what, it might even be a greenish yellow. I don't know. It's just in my palette here. And I don't have this particular palette labeled. I actually want to show you this because I'm pretty proud of it, and it's sort of a fun little tip to share with all of you. Makes Art Foamy Fun Friday extra fun. And that is, I got an egg tray, an old-timey egg tray at the thrift shop for like, you know, maybe $1 or something. And I have my watercolors in it. I found I wasn't really using these. Many of my patrons and my Moonies know that I've done this before, but I wasn't really using it. But now that I use my scrap buddies a lot more, it's so nice to have these to dip into, okay, rather than my small little pans of watercolor that you all have seen me struggle with many times. And you probably will again, but that's beside the point. Anyway, so I'm just going to use my little scrap buddy here and finish sort of inking that up. And then remember, you can use the other side. This one happens to be symmetrical, so you know, so it'll work out great. Ooh, so Red Tin Roof so Alana says the design was based on a doggy, a paisley doggy. So Mr. Moon was not far off, right? Anyway, so we didn't see it before that, so until he brought it up. So I was like, good eye, honey. Anyway, just showing you that you can easily stamp over to fill that in, or, you know, stamp on top of it. Just again, reminding you that you can always use the back side of your stamp. Makes it extra versatile. The main thing that you want to remember, and it's not that big of a deal, when you're using your watercolor, because oops, I had a little something on there. Oftentimes I won't necessarily clean my stamps when I've watercolored on them because I don't really need to. I can just, you know, wet it a little bit and stamp off. But one thing to remember, if you did use the back of your stamps, you probably do want to clean it off, because then when you go to stamp it again, you end up with, you know, a handful of whatever color paint you used last. Spurtle. What about a spurtle? Oh, wait. A spurkle? What are you guys talking about? The spurtles? Oh, Phyllis says, what was the name of the plastic kitchen tool you had this morning? Yes, it's a spurtle. Here, I'll show it to y'all. So here's the spurtle. Yeah, it's a great kind of tool to have in your studio to squeegee or to scrape and things like that. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that makes a beautiful, just solid heart as well. Okay, so let's see. Where am I? I have a few more flowers to show you. Honestly, let me see here. I know that I do have these stamped out, but I don't know where those papers are. So I'm just going to pull out a new piece of watercolor paper and we'll stamp these together with a little watercolor. All right. Oh, sorry. You'd think that I don't have like 30 stacks of watercolor paper handy. All right, so I just pulled out, I don't know, a half sheet of 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. And let's see, which ones didn't I show you here? Let me go to the next page again. Oh, and this is super exciting. This one is, let's see, this is a daisy. And so I'm just going to take, sort of a, well, no, let's go ahead and we'll use our little scrap buddy here. I'm going to spritz my stamp just a little bit with some water. And you can also use a brush if you have, you know, especially if you have a little detail area that you want to sort of, you know, stay within. Okay, and if you feel like it's a little heavy-handed, of course you can take your wet brush and just smush it a little bit. And if you have, you know, any little areas maybe that look a little mottled or that you just want to pump up a little bit, you can add a little bit of watercolor right on your brush and just let it kind of flow into the wet. The thing about this stamp that was kind of fun is I did use the back of this one and inked it up with, or, you know, painted it up with a little bit of gesso. I didn't have a cloud stamp handy for my kite painting, so you can see that I used the back of the stamp with just a little white gesso to make my clouds. I think you can kind of see it. So that's sort of a twofer. Nancy and Elizabeth, welcome. All right, so here, let's see, what other ones didn't I stamp yet? We have a hibiscus. Let's do our hibiscus. And I will tell you, I don't know a lot about flowers. I mean, I love to paint flowers and draw flowers and everything like that, but I don't always know their names or what color they're supposed to be. Oftentimes when I do flowers, they're just sort of, you know, organic wild flowers. Okay, so I'm using a little bit of magenta and pink, and then again, just keeping in mind that you can take your brush to add just a little bit of detail there. Let it sort of flow. Jan! Wow, it's nice to see you here. All right, again, you can see where maybe because I am using a cold press paper, if I was using hot press paper, maybe it wouldn't have those little sort of inconsistencies. It doesn't honestly bother me, and I'm not saying you even have to do this, but I just want to show you that if you take your brush, just a little bit of water, you can really easily sort of manipulate that. And then again, if you don't want to leave all the white space, I mean, I love the white space, but you can, by the same token, you can go in and make those areas even darker because she's already taken like a lot of that guesswork out for you. You could go in and fill all that in with dark instead of leaving it white. And that would also be kind of cool. And especially if you work kind of quickly, then it'll make some really beautiful passages. Okay, and I'm maybe going to take my brush yet again, a little bit of water, maybe a little bit of the magenta again, and sort of just go back in and give it some smushing. Remember, if there's things that you don't like, you can always pull back. All right, so that is the hibiscus. All right, and so what else do we have? I love this one too, and I can't remember what it's called. Of course. And why they have to be split up between 2 pages, I don't understand. Nope, still can't find this one. Oh, here it is. Magnolia. And see, I would have never known. And I don't even know what color magnolias are. What color are magnolias? Right? What are they? I don't know. This one I got online is sort of pink and orange. So let's go with some orange. Thanks, Jan. That's a lovely thing to come on and tell a vegan. Oh, magnolias are white. Well, this magnolia is going to be orange. Or maybe, you know what? I'll put some orange. I'm going to take some of the color away, all right, using my scrap buddy here. And I have a little white gouache, so I'm going to put a little white gouache. And again, I don't mind that I didn't make my magnolia white, but it'll be nice because it'll be sort of peachy. And then I got it pretty wet. So, but I'm going to take a little bit of this orange again, the dark orange, and I'm just going to let it run around my open edges. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and get some green here. And again, I don't want that solid green. I want to add a little bit of like a green gold. So I'm going to drop in some color right on there. And now we'll stamp it there. Anita, that's right. They can be any color I want. Oh, you know what? I actually think I have somewhere in this studio, I actually do have a real artistic license. I'll show it to you sometime. It's official. That is a peachy one. Not sure I love it, but let's pump it up a little bit. It didn't really get the nice bright orange that I was hoping for. So remember my watercolor is still nice and wet. So I can deepen it just by letting some of the nice bright color go in there. And oh, again, let me just get my brush and pull a little bit back out. And Patty says magnolias there are pink, so I'm going to add a little pink to the edges too, just because, well, because I can, but also, I don't know, I feel like it needs a little bit of brightening up. I don't really like that salmony color that much. Probably just making it more salmony. Actually. All right, and then I think once it's dry, I might, well, you know what? That's good enough. I'll just go in with a little more white gouache right there. Remember, gouache, regular gouache, not acrylic gouache. This is regular artist gouache. Is just really opaque watercolor, so that'll help brighten that up a little bit. All right, and let's see, what else do we have? We have a sunflower. Kind of running out of room, but it's okay. Let's just grab some more of this yellow here. Again, I had a little color on there already, so I'm going to spritz it. And then I also have, I don't know what color this is. I think it's like a burnt orange. And that's what I'm going to use right there in the middle. Oh, Dana's not feeling good. Aw, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better, Dana. Is it, does it have to do with the vaccine, do you think? Oh, yep. Oh, no. Dana, I'm sorry. I was wondering about that, and I've had a few friends who have had it a little bit rough after that. Jack, how are you feeling? Yeah, what type did she have, too? I'm going to go ahead and put down a little bit more of this orange here. And also I want a brighter, nicer yellow, I think. So let's see, I'll pull out my other palette. Oh, you know what? Don't forget too, you can always use your watercolor crayons. So maybe instead we'll just pull in a little bit of our brighter yellow using our watercolor crayon. All right. So that's the sunflower. And then I don't honestly know what this other one is. It's a different sunflower, maybe. I don't know. Oh, why does it say cosmos? Is that the kind of flower it is? I don't know. But it looks kind of like a sunflower. Now, maybe I want a different yellow. So how about if I spritz it with my water? And I know you all have all seen me do this, and use my watercolor crayon on here. And then we'll go with some nice, beautiful, bright pink in the center. Oh, it is a cosmos. I didn't ever know that was a flower. It should be my favorite flower since I, am loving all the cosmos. And again, while that watercolor is nice and wet, just let some juicy watercolor kind of flow in there. And now I didn't get that very bright, but I will show you a little trick that's kind of fun since you see how it sort of feathers off the edge. So what will make that more beautiful is a color surrounding it. Okay, so you can really pump it up and bring it out by putting a color surrounding it. And you don't have to feel like, you need to fill all that in. You can leave some of that beautiful white space and sort of pump it up without having to really do too much else to the actual image, All right, so that, my friends, is all the flowers. And of course, I could sit in here and paint on these all night, but I won't. The last thing I have to share with you before we finish up is, and I have a little story to tell you, actually, but I have to find one other thing first. Okay. So this is the last stamp in the collection that we're launching tonight, and it is a carousel horse. And this stamp, I just have to really be honest with you. When I saw it, my mom years ago used to have oh, so Avenel, I'll answer you in just a second, okay? Just saw your question about stamp buddies. So I will tell you in just a minute, okay? I'll finish my story. But okay, so many years ago, my mom had, her living room was decorated with carousel horses, okay? She had a painting of carousel horses. She had like little, I don't know, I guess she collected carousel horses. And It was in the 80s. All her stuff was like mauve and gray. And so I'm just going to tell you, when I saw this art foamy, I was like, and I do love um, your designs, Alana. I think you're a wonderful designer. But honestly, I was just like, oh my gosh, this stamp is kind of like 80s. I did not, and I think it's a great stamp, but I think it just reminded me of my mom's living room and I wasn't loving it. So, and Maxie, my daughter, kind of thought the same thing. So, I went ahead but Alana specifically asked for this to be re-released. So of course we were going to do it. And so I brought it and I colored it up and I stamped it. And then I thought it was so cute. Oh my gosh. So then Maxie and I were talking about what stamp we wanted to do for the launch to create, for a special giveaway, for anybody who orders during the launch over the weekend will get a special art foamy that we're not going to sell and isn't going to be offered. So we decided we wanted to make a mini of one of the stamps. And right away, both of us, Maxie said, which one do you want to do as the mini? And I said, oh gosh, I know you're going to laugh at me, but I think the carousel horse, I think it would just be, I just love the way it turned out. I think it's just absolutely darling. And she just laughed and she goes, me too. So anyway, here it is in the miniature version. And I'm going to show you how I stamped it because I really like the way this one turned out. Yes, and so baby room border, but I mean, I don't know. I just think it would make such fun cards, like, I don't know, just different things about going round and round, or but definitely, yes, a border in a kid's room would be adorable, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I do love all things 80s. And the fact actually that it reminds me of my mom should have been a good thing, but I think I was just thinking like 80s decor. But when I stamped it in the watercolor, I just felt completely different about it. I think it has a little charm and a whimsy that I just wasn't expecting. So I really have to tell you that even though I have been an avid stamper, obviously for many, many years, and now we're about to celebrate our 1-year anniversary next month, as the owners of ArtFoamies. So I mean, I feel like I'm experienced, but it just goes to show you that samples will always sell the stamps. Right? It doesn't matter. And Avenel, I love that life is full of ups and downs. Yes. Oh my God, that's awesome. We might have to make that into a stamp. But anyway, yes, life is full of ups and downs, or, I feel like I'm going round and round or something, but yes, wonderful. And I am going to stamp this for you. Super quick and easy and fun. Okay. So, here, let's just get a fresh piece here. And right now I just need to find my Black Moonlight Duo and we'll be all set. Okay, my Black Moonlight Duo. And I'm going to take a few of my little Moon Glow dye inks. I got yellow, blue, yellow Starlight, Blue Moon, and Pink Crush. I'm just going to take my tint side, which is already sort of tinted gray, and I'm going to tap it all across my stamp. Okay, if you want a darker gray, then of course you're going to add a little more black. I'm just going to now take my Moon Glow inks and touch the corners here and there on the feet, maybe on the top and bottom of the little bar, right around the eyeball. Same with the yellow, just a couple touches here and there. And the pink. Super cute and easy. Yeah, so Laura Inky Fingers has the best idea. Look how cute. I don't know. I must have had a little black that got on there, but that's okay. And then, of course, you could easily touch up with a little pencil or crayon, whatever you got. Let's go ahead and, of course, then, yes, she had the best idea of turning it right into a unicorn and giving him a little eyeball. You could do some little detail with your colored pencils or whatever, but you know the deal. Just super easy, quick, and cute. And, you know, fun if you want to just sit and color. But yeah, and I love your idea, Avenal, about life is full of ups and downs. And your idea, Laura Inky Fingers, of turning it into a unicorn. Yes, you can cut against the grain on your stamp buddies. Okay, it won't hurt. I mean, it's, you know, you might not get a super straight cut, but I cut these all the time. And even I'll even take these and cut them skinnier, or cut these in half so that I can preserve and conserve them and use them again and again. All right, let's see. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts, ideas, or anything before we say good evening? Again, let me just remind you that we do still have, actually, let me pull out my journal and show you again this stamp. This is still the March stamp, so you get a freebie if you place a $15 order or more, and then you get the free unicorn if you place a $30 order or more of Red Tin Roof during the launch. Okay, so it has to be over the weekend. Well, yes, by Monday morning to be able to get this tiny little carousel horse / unicorn. Anyway, all right, so let me stop and just see if anybody else has anything to add. Yes, thank you. I just want to say, I didn't ever get to say this in the beginning. Red Tin Roof actually was one of the designers that came to, I guess came with the company, although everybody did not decide to stay on. Alana decided to stick with us, and I'm so glad that you did. Thank you so much for just everything, for your patience with us, for your beautiful designs, always being so amazing to work with, and just a pleasure all the way around. I really appreciate you being here tonight and supporting me and watching me fumble through the names on your flowers. Yes, thank you so much. I know everybody does really love your designs, Alana. So, yep, thank you so much. Well, you're going to get your, remember, you get your March freebie, and you can also get your little tiny one. And it has to be Alana's Red Tin Roof designs. So thanks for joining me, everyone, for hanging out with me on Friday evening. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey, and I'll see you next Friday. Mwah. Bye all. Have a great weekend. Woohoo, it's Friday. And now if I can find my mouse, I can actually turn the video off. Oh, you might be stuck with me a few more minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Cecilia, your black and white should have already gone out if you pre-ordered them. I thought all pre-orders were taken care of, so I'm sorry if they're not. I will check on your order. All right. Have a great night. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Thanks again.